On today's episode, we start my car.
Maybe.
Hopefully. So the engine's already in. We did that on the last episode. And today is really installing Megasquirt, making sure that everything is ready to rock. We had to do some wiring the last episode to make sure that the VVT would work. Stefan's favorite. And now it's just about making sure that it can get started.
Yep, gotta button a couple things up, fill the fluids, all that. And we also are gonna build an intake. The big crossover tube intake on the hot side is bad.
No bueno.
So we were gonna go with one of those nice ones that's 3D printed and fits in front of the radiator. But with everything going on right now, getting something printed and going to pick it up and whatnot, we're trying to limit anything besides, just us and our immediate significant others. So we're gonna build this sweet little 180 intake. It's 949 Racing runs them. It's cold side intake, so it really can't be worse than what's over there on the other side.
Yeah, so we'll do that as well. We'll make sure to highlight that in the video, and hopefully we get the car started today.
Runs, but your misfire is bad.
Wow, that is a thing.
Woo!
It's alive?
Kind of.
It runs, but it's misfiring pretty bad.
It's a little smoky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Good luck with that.
Hey, it runs. Right? It turns on.
It turns on.
There for a second.
It sounded like it was coming up for a minute.
It ran longer than last time.
Well, I'm shutting it off.
You're what?
I'm the one shutting it off.
Oh.
It'll idle forever. It's just
Well, yeah, it doesn't really sound very good.
The next day.
Take 17 maybe.
Yeah. Chloe Morello's an all-time low. There. Reads. Everything's plugged in?
Yeah. It's been a long time coming to finally have this thing start. We ran into problem after problem, and really it just ate up time to work through them all. What was really starting off? We had issues with like a coolant sensor, or
Yeah, so yesterday we hooked up the ECU and coolant temp sensor was reading fine. And, the car started but idled really rough, so when we plugged it back in, the temp sensor was bouncing 0, 180, 0, 180, and then it turns out that not one but both wires from the coolant temp sensor were broken, so there was no connection to the ECU. So ran new wires for that.
Yep.
Verified all the sensors worked at that point, because a bad coolant temp sensor will give you a bad day. I mean, it'll run rich to lean constantly if it's not reading right. So got that set up, got it calibrated, all that stuff, calibrated all the sensors probably 20 times.
Then we had an issue of like base timing and actually having a timing light that would work well
Yep.
with
So
that.
I have a good old Harbor Freight timing light over there. It's gonna find its way into the garbage very shortly here. So we ended up buying a new, nicer timing light today, and ran it off of my Miata battery just to make sure we're getting good signal, and finally got the induction coil to work on cylinder 1 so we could verify base timing without it running. Just kind of cranked it over, made sure we were all set in the right spot.
That still
Didn't make it start.
didn't get us to start.
Well, it started again, but
It did start again, but like
ran on
rough,
two
rough
cylinders. The thing looked like it was falling out of the car. So I tried probably 6 different times switching between a 90 to 93 bass tune, because this is a 91, and a 2001 2005 bass tune, because we switched all the wiring over to be essentially a 2001 or 2005 VVT setup. So I wasn't sure, what trigger wheel does it need? Does it need the 4G63 setup, the 99 to 05 Miata setup? Tried that so many times, still wouldn't start. Tons of help from Rick Gifford, our tuner, so big shout out to you again. We're going to be paying him a visit with the twins later. And then, turns out, the problem was I did not have, so it's not wired for sequential injection, it's still on typical batch fire. We might fix it one day, it doesn't really matter. I had sequential off when it needs to be in semi-sequential fueling.
Another strange,
Just a dumb little quirk.
like little setting to click on. Very similar to
The immobilizer on that thing.
yeah. You wouldn't think of it. It's either one or the other. You would expect not this semi-sequential, but that's
Right.
That's what it was.
So yeah, we switched that over, turned it on, fired right up. It is header dump right now, so hence the loud noises.
Yeah, and ooh, another issue that we ran into was my exhaust is not going to bolt on.
Yes.
So we've got to take an unexpected trip back to see James. And
Always worth it.
I mean, I was going to be going there either way. It's just going to be a little sooner than expected. So we'll probably do a little snippet on that and possibly an episode on that as well. So now we have to go through our checklist of post-startup.
Yep.
Get this thing back on the ground and get it prepped for going to get an exhaust.
Set the toe, put the hood back on, clean up the interiors and shambles right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, just little nut and bolt things that I know how to do. Not Tuner Studio, because I might vomit if I look at Tuner Studio again. I think I spent 12 hours behind the computer yesterday trying to figure it out.
Yesterday was not great.
No, yesterday was very demoralizing. But we're good. It runs, it turns on. Huge sigh of relief. Yeah.
That was great. We don't even... Wasn't even recording. Hopefully we're centered.
How tired are you?